Y'all, Beyonce didn't just end her Cowboy Carter tour with a bang. She ended it with a Destiny's Child resurrection, a near disaster on stage, and some spicy backstage rumors that fans cannot stop whispering about. Let's get into this legendary night and what might have gone down behind the curtains. The energy inside the Las Vegas arena was already electric, but nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared the crowd for what Beyoncé did next. As the lights dimmed and the beat shifted, fans started screaming when they saw not one but two familiar silhouettes stepping onto the stage, and then, boom, the lights came up. Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams, Destiny's Child, back together again. It had been more than 7 years since the holy trinity of girl group greatness shared a stage, and the second the crowd realized what was happening, the screams were deafening, phones were up, fans were crying, Twitter was already in meltdown mode. The trio launched into Lose My Breath, and you could feel the stadium shake. Then they hit us with Bootylicious, and suddenly it felt like 2001 all over again. But this wasn't just a nostalgic cameo. This was a statement. A reminder that Destiny's Child isn't just a memory, they're a legacy. And if that wasn't enough, Kelly and Michelle didn't just exit after their set. They stayed and joined Beyoncé for a powerhouse rendition of Energy from Renaissance, proving once again that the chemistry between them hasn't aged a day. Oh, and yes, the iconic Mute Challenge made its final appearance of the tour, and let's just say this crowd passed with honors. This reunion wasn't just for the fans, it was for the culture. It was a love letter to 25 years of sisterhood, slayage, and soul. Just when you thought the night couldn't get more iconic, it did. After Destiny's Child finished their set and the crowd finally caught its breath, Beyoncé shifted the spotlight once more. But this time, it wasn't for her, it was for the next generation. Out walked Blue Ivy Carter, poised, powerful, and glowing with the confidence of someone born for this. She stepped into the spotlight like she owned it, because honestly, she did. Blue didn't just dance, she delivered. Her moves were crisp, her timing was flawless, and the crowd absolutely roared. But the real moment, it was symbolic. As Kelly and Michelle stepped back and let Blue take center stage, it felt like a passing of the crown, a generational handoff from the queens who built the empire to the princess who's clearly next in line. The crowd knew it. Beyoncé knew it. You could see the pride in her eyes. What started as a reunion turned into a legacy moment. This wasn't just about celebrating the past. It was about announcing the future. Blue Ivy didn't just show up, she showed out, and the message was clear. Destiny's Child may have reunited, but the next child of Destiny is already rising. Now you know Beyoncé isn't ending a tour without her king making a move. Midway through the show, as the lights dimmed and the beat dropped, fans started whispering, then screaming, because Jay-Z strolled on stage like it was 2003 all over again, and the place erupted. He joined Bey on Crazy in Love, their classic anthem that still hits just as hard today. But he didn't stop there. Jay-Z kept the fire going with the surprise verse on NT Year in Paris. And the chemistry between him and Beyoncé was undeniable. These two weren't just performing, they were vibing. Decades in, and the connection is still magnetic. And look, this wasn't just a cute moment for the fans, let's be real. The timing of it all, the way Jay is suddenly popping up at multiple shows, his verses still sharp, his energy dialed in, it felt like a test run, a live preview of something bigger. Maybe Act 3 isn't just Beyoncé, maybe it's a joint album, a follow-up to 2018's Everything Is Love that no one sees coming until it drops out of nowhere like a sonic bombshell. Jay-Z being there wasn't just romantic, it was strategic, and fans are starting to connect the dots. With Cowboy Carter now wrapped and Beyoncé officially closing the curtain on Actisane, the biggest question buzzing in the Bayhive is, what's coming next? We already got Renaissance, a love letter to house, disco, and ballroom culture. Then came Cowboy Carter, a genre-bending, unapologetic dive into country and Americana. So naturally, fans are dissecting every move, looking for clues about Act 3. And let's just say, the theories are wild, but some might just hold water. Theory 1, rock album incoming. Some fans believe Beyoncé is about to embrace her inner rock goddess. From her edgy vocal runs on Cowboy Carter to the glam aesthetic of her fashion lately, the signs are pointing toward a full-on rock revival. Electric guitars, grit, guts, and vocals that cut through like thunder. Theory 2, the Carters are back. But after Jay-Z's unexpected tour appearances, another theory is gaining traction. Act 3 could be a full collaboration album with Jay-Z, maybe even under the Carters banner again. Their last collab, Everything Is Love, dropped without warning in 2018. No promo, no hints, just chaos and charts. And with both of them performing together seamlessly again, fans are wondering if history's about to repeat itself with a twist. Theory 3, the unexpected genre flip. Then there's the wild card theory. What if Beyoncé ditches genres completely and gives us something cinematic? A visual album trilogy conclusion? An experimental jazz fusion project? A theatrical concept piece? With Beyoncé, nothing is off the table. The truth, no one knows, because Beyoncé never plays it safe, and that's why fans are obsessed. Now, y'all already know when something this massive goes down, not everything makes it to the spotlight. While fans were losing their minds over Destiny's Child on stage, insiders claimed there was some serious tension happening behind the scenes during that final Vegas night. Red alert. Y'all, here's what's being whispered. According to multiple fan accounts and a few very active gossip forums, a disagreement allegedly broke out between one of Beyoncé's longtime creative directors and a senior stage manager, minutes before the Destiny's Child segment was set to begin. Some say there was a miscommunication over lighting cues. Others claim it had to do with last-minute choreography, changes Beyoncé herself requested, possibly to make room for Blue Ivy's surprise entrance. But that's not all. Eyewitnesses backstage are also claiming there was some visible tension between Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams right before walking out. One source said Michelle looked hesitant to take her spot on stage, while Kelly was overheard asking someone, "Is she really going to pull that now?" It could have been nerves. It could have been nothing. But fans watching closely noticed Michelle didn't make much eye contact with Kelly during the performance, and even in the final group hug, things seemed a bit off. Of course, none of this has been confirmed. Beyoncé's camp hasn't addressed a thing. But let's be real, Beyoncé runs a tight ship. If anything did happen, you can bet she handled it before anyone in the crowd ever knew. Still, the whispers continue. And for fans who follow Destiny's Child since the beginning, these little clues are enough to keep speculation swirling. Before the glitz of Vegas, there was Houston, Beyoncé's hometown, and the setting for one of the most heart-stopping moments of the entire Cowboy Carter tour. During her performance of 16 Carriages, everything seemed picture perfect. Beyoncé was perched in her sleek red convertible set piece, singing flawlessly until the unexpected happened. The car tilted, not a little sway. It suddenly dropped and shifted, sending her body sliding forward, suspended over the edge above hundreds of fans. For a split second, it looked like disaster was inevitable, but then queen behavior activated. Beyoncé grabbed the seat, steadied herself, and never missed a note. No scream, no panic, just pure composure. The audience, silent at first, then explosive applause. They knew they just witnessed not only a close call, but a perfect example of why Beyoncé is Beyoncé. Once the car was safely lowered to the stage, she took a quick breather backstage through the floor exit. Fans held their breath again, wondering if she'd be okay. Minutes later, she re-emerged smiling, calm, collected, and finished the rest of the show like nothing had happened. That moment became a viral symbol of grace under pressure. Because while any other artist might have cracked, Beyoncé turned a potential fail into a moment of legend. Still, the whispers continue. And for fans who follow Destiny's Child since the beginning, these little clues are enough to keep speculation swirling. Before the Cowboy Carter tour wrapped in the US, Beyoncé made history overseas, specifically at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. And when we say history, we mean record-shattering, precedent-setting, no one's done this before kind of history. Over 275,000 tickets sold, more than $61 million in just 6 shows. And get this, it's the most money ever made and the most tickets ever sold for any concert held at that stadium. Period. Oh, and let's not forget, Beyonce is the first artist to ever play 6 nights there. 6. Back to back. But she didn't do it alone. By her side, none other than Jay-Z, showing up again in Europe like it was a Carter's World Tour warm-up. And when the power couple wasn't lighting up the stage, they were living in luxury, taking a private helicopter just outside Bicester to tour a rumored 58-acre estate in the Cotswolds. No big deal, just another day in the life of the royalty we call Beyonce and Jay-Z. This wasn't just a tour stop, it was a flex. So let's recap. Beyonce gave us a Destiny's Child reunion no one saw coming. She passed the torch to Blue Ivy right before our eyes. Jay-Z stepped in like the king he is and might be hinting at something bigger. She survived a stage malfunction in her hometown with the poise of a goddess. And behind the scenes, whispers of backstage drama that only fueled the mystery. Oh, and let's not forget, she shattered records in London, went luxury house hunting like a boss, and had the entire world guessing what her next move might be. This wasn't just the end of a tour, it was the end of an era and the beginning of whatever Act 3 has in store. Will it be rock? Will it be the Carters 2.0? Or is Beyonce about to reinvent music again in a way we've never seen coming? One thing's for sure, whatever she does next, the world will be watching. Let us know in the comments, what's your theory for Act 3? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, because if Beyonce moves, we're covering it first.